What is up guys, Danny from DK Tech here, and today I will be doing a video on what parts are still good to buy used. Before I get into the video, I would like to say I do recommend getting all new parts if you can, and if you're doing a build over about $600, because the support will be much better and the parts have a much higher chance of being in working conditions. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first component I'll be going over is the CPU. CPUs are a great thing to get used. Many people are still buying the Core 2 Quad Q6600 from 2006, 11 years after its release. A few things that you should ask a seller is if the CPU was overclocked, and if it was, how long has it been overclocked, and what were the clock/voltage speeds. Overclocked CPU lifespans tend to be a bit shorter, but will still last you a very long time. CPU coolers are something that I would only recommend getting on an extreme budget. You can easily find a Cooler Master Hyper T4 for under $20 on a sale, and it'll perform very well for that price. Or you could step up to around $25 or $20 if you find a good sale to the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo, which is used in even $1,000 builds and is still probably the best budget cooler. I would not recommend getting water coolers used because the pumps can break over time and they could be damaged through age and could leak all over your system. The next component is RAM. With the recent surge in pricing due to the need for flash memory by companies, it has nearly doubled in price. I bought a 16GB kit of DDR4 for $60 last year. The same exact kit is now $115, an increase of over 90%. This is causing many people to start buying RAM used, which is a great idea. RAM rarely dies from what I hear, but if prices come down to what they used to be, which was around $35 for 8GB or $60 for 16, I would buy it new instead of used because the prices would only be a few dollars more expensive. Motherboards are something that I would be cautious around. I would say the odds are about 50-50. You can often get good deals on motherboards, but you need to make sure that there are no bent pins and all the PCIe and RAM slots are functioning. Also, there may be certain parts of the motherboards that don't work, such as something in the I/O region or a SATA port. GPUs are definitely the most purchased part by far. I have a 980 Ti that I bought for $280, overclocked it, and now it performs close to a stock GTX 1070, a total savings of around $120, which in my book is amazing. But you should also be quite cautious, as someone can lie about the card working, or could lie about the ports or fans spinning. I would recommend trying the GPU out before purchasing or buying it from an extremely trusted seller. Cases you should only buy on a crazy budget. One of the front connectors could be dead, but that's really rare and unlikely. You can easily get a really cheap case for under $35 or even $25 if you look hard enough, which will barely be more than getting it used. But if you saw a really good deal on a case that you like, go for it, because cases tend to have very long lifespans. For hard drives, I wouldn't ever get them used unless you're doing a build under $50, which I still would recommend to just save up the money and get a new hard drive. The platters can break or crack and the spinner could just stop working. There's so many moving parts that could break, it's just useless to get used, so I wouldn't really recommend it. SSDs on the other hand, I would recommend looking at to get used if you see a really good deal. Only buy it though if they have proof of the drive working, how many hours they've used it, and a drive health benchmark or smart picture showing how much data has been written and read to the drive. Power supplies, I would only get used if it's less than about 3 years old and is from a reputable brand. I advise everyone to not get an OEM or crap brand power supply. Those may catch on fire and are really bad in the long run. PSUs from good brands do tend to last a while though. So that is it guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll make sure to reply to them as fast as I can. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Danny from DK Tech signing off. You're finishing this video. Peace out.